Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I'm Mikey Ballz, representing the ElbowDrop.com, and today I'm going to play some Super Smash Bros. I guess that was already pretty obvious. But anyway, I'm going to give you a little background on my Super Smash Bros. History, and it's not going to take that long, really. Let's go back to the year 1999. That's a great year, actually. Anyway, so I'm 8 years old, and a commercial pops on. And it happens to be Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and Pikachu frolicking through a green meadow. So I'm sitting there wondering, what could this possibly be? So out of nowhere, these four characters start beating the shit out of each other. And while me being 8 years old, I was like, well, I need to own this. So needless to say, that is where my Super Smash Bros. Career started. But anyway, I'm going to jump into something where I want to focus on something else, really. I want to focus on one particular new Super Smash Bros. Character known as Bowser Jr. Oh yeah, good point there. Larry showed me, the Birdman just showed me a poster of things I should say. That's good, I used to forget a lot of things. Anyway, you can play as Bowser Jr. and the Koopalings. That includes Larry, Roy, Wendy, Iggy, Morton, Lemmy, Ludwig, and well, that's pretty much it. Anyway, I'm just going to do a quick run through of Bowser Jr. real quick because, well, Bowser Jr. is pretty fun, actually. He happens to be, like, my second favorite newcomer other than, well, Little Mac. So anyway, I'm in training mode, so I'm just going to run through his moves real quick. And let's see, of all the characters I feel like really beating the shit out of, well, that's real easy, actually. I'm going to go to the newcomer Shulk. I don't really know who he is, but every time I see him, he kind of just pisses me off. I kind of want to really, I just want to really beat the shit out of him. So I'm going to beat the shit out of him. Let's hop over to my new favorite stage, Mario Galaxy stage. I do love this stage in particular. And there's the Bowser Jr., him and his glorious Bowser Copter. I'm going to start off real quick with Bowser's B moves. Let's see here. His standard B move, the Cannonball, which is a classic move. This move can be charged up for maximum power to really fuck your day. And his down B move, he sends out a little Bowser Mecha Koopa, which pretty much walks around to the other side of the stage and will explode on your opponent. It's a lot of fun to use and screws around with a lot of people. And then for his side B move, Bowser Jr. runs your ass over with the Bowser Cart. There he goes, he does it again. I'm going to keep hurting Shulk, I enjoy it. And for Bowser Jr.'s up B, this is a pretty tricky move because it actually screws with a lot of people. Here's what he does. That's right, you just saw him jump out of his Bowser car and just explode Shulk. That's a lot of fun. The Koopa Clown car, or the Bowser Copter, whichever one you want to call it, comes with a lot of nifty little gadgets for Bowser Jr. to torment his opponents with, such as 2 Mega Drills. Yeah, see, you're dead. That's what happened to you. You're dead. Among those moves, he has 2 Chain Balls. That's his down smash, by the way, just in case you didn't know that. That's pretty devastating too. For his up smash, Bowser Jr. likes to do a handstand and to hit you with his propeller. I'll show you again. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. And he does a handstand. He's pretty acrobatic if you ask me in that little thing. Anyway, Bowser Jr. also likes to use forks. Yeah, he likes to use a fork for his attack. I don't know why, but it's pretty interesting. And for some reason, this thing attacks with a tongue. I don't know why he attacks with a tongue, but it's pretty funny. He just licks him. You see? Yeah, I'm just licking him. Anyway, Bowser Jr. has a lot more moves to go with that, such as... Hold on, what am I missing here from Bowser Jr.? What could I possibly be missing from him? Well, actually, nothing more. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when Bowser Jr. pops up out of his Koopa Clown car, yeah, he smacks you with a hammer. You better watch out for that, because he will kill you with it. Oh, wait. Alright, Bowser Jr. had a little mishap, but he's okay. Look, see, he's fine, he's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna pummel Shulk here. Yeah, that's right. I hit you with my power boxing gloves. Bowser Jr. likes to punch people with boxing gloves. Yeah, that's right. And you're dead. So far, I haven't seen anything wrong with Bowser Jr. He doesn't have a lot of horrible matchups. He's got a pretty good projectile game because he can just send out a Mecha Koopa, have it walk into you. He's got the power cannonball. You don't want to get hit by that, do you? Pretty fast character too, which by the way, if you pick the other Koopalings, they all got the same moves. There's really no difference with Bowser Jr. and the rest of them. It's just whoever you like. I personally prefer Bowser Jr., but I happen to like picking Iggy too. I used to have a dog named Iggy. That's the reason why. Anywho, Bowser Jr. is actually a lot of fun to use. I recommend for those of you to really pick him up as quickly as possible. And oh, there's one more thing I want to do. We get to see his smash attack, his final smash attack. And here it is. Yep, that's Shadow Mario. Yeah, there's really not a lot going on here. Shadow Mario just pops up, covers the screen in a, well, he covers the screen in paint, which I can only imagine it's dirty paint because it hurts the opponent. It must be some dirty paint. Well, that's really all I have to say about Bowser Jr. I mean, I don't want to cut it off like that, but I think I'm gonna have to. A lot of people thought Bowser Jr. was just gonna be running around with his paintbrush, but no, they had him in the Bowser Copter, which is fine actually. I think the Bowser Copter is a lot more fun. A lot of nifty little things for him to do. And if you'll notice too, when he attacks, the Bowser Copter's face actually changes. A lot of emotion with the Bowser Copter. See, he's really mad when he does that. Yeah, he's pretty intense. Just for fun, let's just take a look at his taunts. They're pretty funny. Yeah, he just gets out and just laughs and breathes a little bit of fire. That's kind of funny. He swings his hammer around like a gangster. In his Bowser Copter. Nobody can touch him when he's in the Bowser Copter. And he spins around. He's happy. Drill. But anyway, I just wanted to give everybody a quick tutorial on Bowser Jr. And there's really not much more I can say on him, other than that he's just really fun to use. Anywho, this is Mikey Ballz signing off from theelbowdrop.com. And if you haven't picked up this game and you own a Wii U, then I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. Clearly you must be living under a rock or something, or just never played this game, and you haven't played this game, then you must have problems. You have problems, don't you? Yeah, I bet you have problems. Alright. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you enjoyed this little display of Bowser Jr. But before we go, you suck, Shulk. And good night.